Hey everybody, it's been a few days since our last live session. We're we're in a Bellagio right now. I love this hotel, I really do. Taking a quick walk through, then going to get out to the strip. Kind of in the, I wouldn't say the convention center area right now, but we're in the far end of the towers. I'm just taking a look to see what's out here that I might have forgotten about because I haven't been down this way of the hotel in a long time. So let's see, we've got another bar. I think this is the way out to some of the tower suites. Yeah. Harvest. I've actually never been in here in all the times I've been at Bellagio. I've never been into this place. It looks nice. I mean, they've got a big wine rack, a big bar, and I'm going to walk quick here. Good place to sit down and have a coffee in the morning, that's for sure. Yeah, so this is going back to their convention centers, and I've noticed here in Bellagio they've got a lot of these two tops. They can come out and sit down and have a coffee. Here, I'll show you those two. Yeah, so up here, this is just the entrance to the Cosmo and the Vidara. So there's some pools. You got the fountains. Yeah, so up here, you've got the tram. Convention Center, the Cosmo Vidara area tram, or Aria tram. So that's the new passageway. Maybe we'll come back to that and see where it goes. Or we'll come back through there. So we've got, what do you say, the Cosmo, the tram, the Cosmo and the Aria, and the Vidara. But we'll show you Bellagio first. I'm gonna come back to the Harvest restaurant here on the next trip, not this trip. I'm done eating. I can't eat anymore. Even the bartender this morning, I've got a coffee to go. He's a nice guy. He gives me a coffee to go. And he said, he asked me today, he goes, geez, he says, tomorrow you're going to be having a slice of toast. You're eating less and less. So I said, I have to. It's been something else here the last 3 weeks. So this is a really nice place in the morning, but if you want to get a seat here with a table, get here early and check this out. You've got a huge chocolate fountain. Look at this. Look at this thing right here. I'll show it to you. This is all live. You've got white chocolate, milk chocolate. I think dark chocolate as well. No, it's white chocolate and milk chocolate. Look at this. It's something like 500 feet of piping in there to get all the way down. I'll zoom. You can actually see the chocolate flowing in there. Look at that. I'm gonna have a video coming out on this later. But what does it show here? I'll zoom in so you can see it. Ooh. Oh no, that's okay. I'm looking at the sign, but thank you though. Thank you. So no, that's okay. World's largest chocolate fountain. 500 feet of stainless steel piping. Wow. Chocolate rises. What is it? 71 vertical feet? Incredible. Look at that. It's a huge chocolate fountain. Look at that all the way in. So that chocolate, it's flowing 24/7. So here you've got the conservatory, one of the only things in Vegas that's free. And since it's only about 20 past 8 in the morning over here, it's fairly quiet. So you can come in here between 1 a.m. and I'd say 10 a.m. and have a pretty good view of this place. I'll mute it because of the music. I'll take you in really quick here, and I might intermittently mute music. So these are all flowers. Everything here is flowers. Wait till you see these. I believe they change the setup 4 times a year. Look at this. You've even got chickens in there. Look. Wow. I mean, it's free. I get it. If you like flowers, you like gardens, come on in. They've got descriptions of a whole bunch of different ones here. More flowers. I'll do the 360 here. And now we'll get walking again. Look at that big B for Bellagio. Look at this, all flowers here. Wait till you see the other side. So you've got some nice fountains. Isn't that incredible? Look at the greenery. It takes so much work to put this together. I've watched them put this together before. And if you're fortunate enough, you can reserve that, let's call it the little garden seating for breakfast. This is where I just came out of here, Saddles. It's a nice little spot. It's not the cheapest for breakfast though. Up over there, that's the entrance to the salon and the spa and the fitness center. So you go in there, grab the elevator, a couple of floors up, you get to the spa and the fitness center. And they also have a water station in there. So bring your own water bottle and fill up your water. Look at that. I just saved you like $300 a trip from water. Check this out. Whoops. I green screened by mistake. Wow, there we go. Look at that. We've got Bellagio. You've got all of I'll do the 360 from over here. You can see everything in here, the Bellagio Conservatory. Wow. Wow. It's like, okay, we got flowers, gardens. You've got a great view up top. You've got the light show at night. Look at that. They've got bumblebees all done up in flowers. Incredible. Incredible. Wow, there we go. That's pretty much it. Look at the line for Saddles, but if you're coming in as a single, maybe even a duo, you can get right up in there and go sit at the bar. Go see Rick and Kathy. They've been there for 20 years each. There we go. The Bellagio Conservatory, Las Vegas Strip. Boom. Where's the button? There we go. All right, on we go. So now over here, coming out of the conservatory, it doesn't look like much, but those double doors right there, it's kind of hidden in the corner. That's the entrance to the VIP lounge and check-in. They've got a few different shops. You've got Omega over there. You've got Rolex over there. And then over here, the check-in line and checkout line. I cannot stress this enough. You've got to get the MGM Rewards app and then download it and check in and check out online, because that line moves slow. They used to have the entire front desk working. There used to be like 28 bill cash. Because just waiting until later on is ridiculous. Okay, so you've got a nice piano bar in here at the side. Okay, let's do a quick walk-see here. They've got Hermes, and we'll keep going here. I already have one uploaded to my page from a few days ago. We did the pools, all the pools here at Bellagio. But right now we're just taking a quick walk down the center strip here. So if you were watching Ocean's 11, the movies, when they made that, from right down there, that piano bar over there, that's where they walked in, and this is where they were walking down. Now, they may have had a set, but this was it. Now, they've got a few restaurants over there. Jasmine as one. And I'll take you through kind of restaurant row. And you'll be able to... Oh, there's my chap. He's playing some more. And his scooter. He was sitting next to me at breakfast for a few days and also at dinner for a few days. I call it his chariot. So they've got over here the Mayfair Supper Club. One of the only ones in Vegas. Still tries to go old school with a show. So you can do a show and dinner. A pretty good place. But to me, it's a one and done type of thing. I'm not going to go there 3 or 4 times. I think I'm done with this coffee. I need to change hands. Whew. There we go. It'll be easier. And then this restaurant up here, I don't want to say it's Italian, but Lago. They've got Lago and they've got Spago. But you can also get a great seat way inside there to look at the fountain shows. So it's overall it's not bad, right? It's not terrible. But you may have to pay for it. They've got a noodle bar right here. I'm coming up on the right. And then over here, it's called Yellowtail. It's a Japanese restaurant. I had some great sushi in there a few nights back. I'll post that video shortly as well. But it's a nice spot. It's a nice spot in there. And again, you can get a seat way in the back on the patio. You have to pay for it. So now they used to have a restaurant here called Fix. It was a fantastic place and they closed it down. I guess it wasn't as fantastic as I thought, but it was great. Over here, or down here I should say, is you've got Prime Steakhouse. I'll show you the menu here. It's down the escalator. You can see it's early enough, they're cleaning everything, but check out this. The prices here at this one are ridiculous. I mean, just a New York strip, $89. And if you go up to anything else, look at the porterhouse, $245. Tomahawk, $249. Even the salads, look at this, $25, $27, $26, $24. The sides, I had the cream spinach. It wasn't that great, it was $20. I had the broccoli though, pistachio crusted broccoli, that was good a few nights back. So here you can get a good look at the fountains, but the doors are never unlocked here. So you can stand here and get a great view, or if you're in a restaurant, you can get a great view as well. Right? So we'll keep walking here. And this is their little spot for shopping. It used to be, here's this Louis Vuitton guy again. This Louis Vuitton guy is everywhere. It used to be Armani. Disappointing when they took that out. They also had Armani in Caesars and they took it out. They left the Armani exchange. Very rare do I see people shopping in here. Very rare. It seems like it's more for display purposes. But I guess at their average ticket price, they don't need to sell too many to justify getting the retail space. So we'll have a choice over here too. Prada. This is Spago. So they have Lago and Spago. Check this out. Hey, Funsky, welcome. Welcome. Doing a little walkthrough of Bellagio. Oh, that guy keeps looking at me. That's weird. Right out in there. So again, you can get a seat out on the patio and have a great view of the Bellagio fountains. Prada, Gucci, undergoing renovations. So now you've got a decision to make here when you're getting to the end. Look at this Louis Vuitton guy. Here he is again. So now you can make a left over here and get out to Caesars or the Horseshoe or all this stuff, or you can go straight down the escalator to the Las Vegas Strip. So if you go out there, that takes you across to Caesars. Right here, I'll go down the escalator and we'll get out to the Strip. They've got a Starbucks down here as well. So as an idea what the prices are like, breakfast this morning, coffee and a bagel with cream cheese was $14 plus a tip. So call it $20 for a bagel and a coffee. That's freaking Vegas for you. The Funsky, I don't get it, how this place isn't going bankrupt yet. So there's your lineup for coffee. So here's one for you. I said you could bring your own coffee pods. We're heading out to the Strip here. So bring your own coffee pods, but at New York, now Bellagio, they took away the coffee machines inside the room. They took them out. So we come out of the escalator, and now we're in front of Bellagio. You got the Cosmo, Vidara, Aria all in the background over here. So they've got that new tunnel opened up. And if we continue this way, we're at the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo. Okay, so here's a pretty good spot if you want to see the entire Strip. Okay, I'm just gonna put on the sunglasses. It's sunny. It's cooler out today, which is nice. I had somebody ask me or say this morning, they said, I have a feeling you've moved out to Vegas permanently. I can assure you that is a no, because it's way too bloody expensive out here. So you've got Caesar's Palace. Now, of course, in the distance right there, my finger went, that's the Mirage, the old Mirage where they're constructing a new guitar-shaped hotel in front. And it's gonna be the Hard Rock. You can just see that in the distance past that. You can see Treasure Island. So I'll kind of zoom a little bit. You can see Treasure Island, Mirage. And then we're basically looking right up here at the Flamingo, old school. And then right next to it is the Cromwell, which I believe now is the Vanderpump. They've bought it, or they're doing something with it. Down below, they've got Dre's nightclub, and up top they have Dre's Beach Club. Now Dre's I used to go to 25 years ago downstairs. That was the spot to go to before they started opening up all these other mega clubs where they charge a $50 cover charge to get in. I don't even know what they charge at Dre's. This looks like it's either broken off. I don't want to touch it, but at the same time I do, to see if it is broken off. That could fall on someone's car very easily. This old red here, you can kind of see it's a 4-story country bar. Again, the lineup there has been huge every time I've walked past it. And I've walked past it quite a bit. I'm not about to wait in a line to go there to get country. I'm not sure what they're doing there. It's a new build, it looks like a little boutique hotel. And this is right next to the Paris Hotel. So now you're getting a good view on, I'll say the right-hand side of the strip, but that's what, the west side, I guess? You've got Bellagio here. So now you can see all the restaurants that we were just looking at. So there's that Louis Vuitton guy. I told you, he's everywhere, this Louis Vuitton guy. The strip is pretty empty. Look at this. 8:30 in the morning. And I'm going to give reviews of all the hotels once I'm back home individually, probably on a live stream, from everything from the check-in process to the food, the restaurants, how good the shower pressure is, things like that. So you've got Louis Vuitton, the restaurant Spago over there. You've got Prime Steakhouse right there, Lago. You've got the Mayfair, and you've got Jasmine. So this is the view looking back at the Bellagio, and all the restaurants and the fountain shows would go off here. Or you could sit on the patios or from the restaurants and see the great fountain shows. Now, in here you could see, I was here when they were putting these things in, getting ready for the F1, which I think a lot of people are upset at, and I would be too. I was here when they were building these. I don't know if you call those the footings or whatnot. These are for the grandstands for the F1. So they've got all these pillars in there, and then they build up the grandstands over it. So they're going to be starting that. We're only in the beginning of April, but they're going to start that again the second week of September, where they're building the grandstands right up over here. So it'll be over the water and then right down to the strip. And that's where you get the good views. So there's the Horseshoe. I walked through there. I had a reservation there and I canceled it because I got a better deal somewhere else. But I'm still told the Horseshoe with the renovated rooms are still nice. Yeah, the F1, September of 22, when I was out here, they were just starting all that construction, and I'm not a fan of it. And when I was out here in, or that might have been 23, geez. When I was out here earlier in 22, they were building all the things like the paddock and pit row and all that stuff, getting all those things done. I'm not a fan of it. I think it gets in the way of the city. And from what I understand, they're not doing that well with it anyways. But who am I? So now you've got Paris. You got Planet Hollywood next to it, a beer park. Paris is always nice to look at. I like this area. Now, I also went to my former, I'm going to say this, I can't believe I'm saying it, my former favorite pizza spot, Pin Up Pizza, right outside Planet Hollywood. It's disappointing, but it is not my favorite any longer. They've either changed their sauce or they don't use enough of it. And at $15 a slice, plus some taxes on there, it's just, to me, it's a no more. It's like a sorry, no more. I know, be truthful once I get out of Vegas. What I really think here. I'm not going to say anything like that until I get home. But the prices here are absolutely disgusting for everything. And if I hadn't won a little bit of money, I would have been out of here long ago. I wouldn't be giving them any of my money. I'm basically paying them with their own money. And I've still been as frugal as possible, except for last night's dinner. I thought I was going to either go to Shake Shack again last night, as I had one of the best burgers I've ever had there for $13, or I was going to get their chicken burger. I was told about that. Or I was going to go to New York Hotel, because they've got great prices and good food, for a Coney Island hot dog, again about $9, $10, $12. And then I said, go for the steak dinner, man. You want a little bit of money, go for it. Don't go out on a hot dog or a chicken burger. Go out with a steak. I went out with the steak, the cream spinach. I had their bacon wrapped shrimp and a Caesar salad. I even had a Crown Royal with a Diet Coke. I hadn't had an alcoholic drink in over a week, I guess. something like that. I had a beer at the Wynn on the cocktail lounge or on the patio, and it cost me $207 plus tip. It was terrible. It's terrible. If I were a father, I'd make her put pants on. That's really brutal. What kids today do. My goodness. Who am I to judge? Anyways, on we go. It's actually really nice being out on the strip early if you want to do your walking and just check things out. Caramella, haven't been there. I'm actually tired of all the street performers out here. There used to be a few, and now they're everywhere. I mean, it's ridiculous trying to walk here during the day, even in off season when it's not that busy. Brutal. And the music they're pumping and lip syncing to, and I'm gonna get grouchy today. Absolutely, Funsky. You can get fast food at half the cost outside of Vegas, so why come here to eat it? So that's how I saw it too. But then when I saw the bill this morning, well, I saw it last night, of course, but when I paid it this morning, $207, because I was getting out of Bellagio. My bill would have been $90 for a couple of nights, and that's because they hit me with the resort fees. I don't have my player status anymore where they're waived, but I think that's coming back if I come back on the next trip. But it's just brutal. Just brutal. Here's a nice drive all the way up to Bellagio. So instead of getting away with like 90 or 97 bucks or whatever it would have been, throw on another 207 for that dinner. I paid the tip in cash. So one steak dinner, disgusting, $240 US. It was actually $247 US. So when you add 42% exchange rate onto that, anyone want to do the quick math? 240, 40%, $96. So we're looking at $334 for a steak dinner. I mean, that's groceries for like 3.5, 4 weeks at home from one freaking steak dinner. Can you believe that? It was just totally absurd pricing. So these people are nice. They're very quiet. They don't harass people. You can also take the escalator up to Bellagio. So for Canadian $336, I had 3 bacon wrapped shrimp, 1 Caesar salad, 1 16-ounce New York peppercorn steak, side of cream spinach, which I had a spoonful of because I thought it was actually nasty. And I said that in the video too. So when I edit and post it, that'll be out there. And 1 Crown Royal. Now, mind you, the bartender there, he pours a great drink. So that was probably the best of it all. But not much for a steak dinner. Afterwards, I regretted it. I should have gone for the chicken burger. $12. Something smells good. I don't know if they're doing some sort of donut or beignet or whatever. It smells really good. So I'm coming down one side. There you go. $247 is the plane ticket round trip. My goodness. Well, my return or my one-way flight home is $328. So subtract 40% off of that. So it cost me about $200 whenever I go home. But they got me on the way here. It was really expensive. So you got a Starbucks. We've got the Cosmo. I've been in there before. I think we streamed through there. Now, I'm not an expert on the Cosmo. I have never stayed at the Cosmo. I'm not going to try and fake it. I ate at STK Steakhouse years ago. It was really nice. And I just went up to Secret Pizza, so it's no longer a secret. Found that very pricey. So you get the kind of the, I'm going to try and get the, I could go inside actually the Cosmo to get the escalator because I don't want to do those stairs. You know what? That's what we're doing. I'm going back. I'm not doing all those stairs again. And you'll be able to get to see inside the Cosmo for a minute or two. And then I'll probably walk back on the other side of the strip. I'll go down to maybe New York. So you come up the Cosmo, instead of doing those stairs, just make sure you come inside the Cosmo. You see the big glass slipper. brilliant in here. A lot of people take their photos with this. You can stand right in there too. So what you do is you come inside the Cosmo. I always think of Kramer every time I say the word Cosmo. Smells really nice. Oh, Funsky. Not too much longer. I'm done with this town. I'm not going to lie. 3 weeks is a hell of a long time. So look at this. See the crystals. Nice. So I opted for the bagel and the cream cheese. A very easy breakfast. And I ended up having some comp points on my card. So I just had to tip. So now here we are. So we're up on the Cosmo, the juice stand. I'm not going in any of these places. We'll keep on going here. Now, if we went up, I'll show you where Secret Pizza is since we're here on the live stream. So we go up another level and we'll check out Secret Pizza, which is not so secret anymore because I found it. Okay, so you come up to the 3rd floor. So 2 escalator rides up. Okay, there's STK Steakhouse over there. And again, a great place, but I haven't been to in years. So, and like I'll say pre-COVID. So to me, if I haven't been there in 5-6 years, I make as if I've never been there. I remember it was great, but I say I've never been there. So up the escalator, you've got this restaurant, never been, Jaleo. This one, Blue Ribbon. So now check this out. You come out to the Blue Ribbon. Dinner, date night, drinks, okay. Now, right here is the door that's closed. But during the day, that's open, and that's Secret Pizza. See this? There's no signage. There's no signage. You've got, we'll call it Restaurant Row out here. So if I were to do this, I'll do a little blip again. Here we go. We're up on the 3rd floor at the Cosmo. You come next to the Blue Ribbon. You look for this door. Now, during the day, that door is going to be open, and all the way down that hallway is Secret Pizza. It's no longer a secret because we just found it and discovered it. On the other side, you have an STK Steakhouse, and you've got there, I'll call this Restaurant Row. Now, look at their menu here. Texas, yes. Cosmo is very beautiful, absolutely. I used to get in trouble when I would be here that long. So now you've got the menu here for STK. Look at that, blue iceberg, $31. Oh, they changed it, you buggers. So I'll come back to that in a minute. So right over there in that door is Secret Pizza, boom. Okay, I don't know how to work it properly. So we're gonna wait for this menu to come up again. Actually, I want to go to Texas for a real steak. And I'm sure Texas isn't charging $140 for a steak. Don't get me wrong, the majority of the steaks here are good, but for those prices, it's just disgusting. I can't do it anymore. They're taking a long time to get this menu to me again. Come on. I don't have the patience. Okay, we're done. I'm not waiting. We're continuing on our walk. So I wanted to avoid the stairs outside. So we go back down 1 level. So we're gonna be on level 2 here at the Cosmo. So early in the morning is when you're seeing this thing get all primed and propped up and cleaned and ready for the day. People to go and spend their money. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do my reviews later on each hotel. But even last night, Friday night at the Bellagio, I did not see a lot of people gambling. The high limit room, they had minimums of 500 and 1,000 in there. I saw a few people playing. They had even one table, I think 300. And then out on the main floor, they had a couple tables at 25, which had some people. But there were a lot of empty tables. A lot of empty tables. So now we're on the 2nd floor, another shoe. And we'll come out this way. We're actually gonna come out right to where that staircase is, where we would have had to walk up and down. Absolutely pimp. So here we go. So now we're actually at the bridge, and the stairs we would have had to take are right over there. See,